has decided he cannot live another game without going incredibly aggressive, ladies and gentlemen, because he is spawning and he's also early pooling as the blue Zerg in the top left-hand corner of the map, and he's going to be facing off against the Team Liquid player, who is the red player in the bottom right-hand corner. Can he propel himself into contention here for one of those top two spots? It's Liquid Snute.
So, Snute and Bly, they were talking in the pre-game lobby, and they seem to be under the impression that they're playing for 4th place, but I don't think they are.
No, man, I really don't think they are. I wonder if there's a little bit of mind games here. Admittedly, the prize money difference between 4th and 5th is large enough that I can guarantee these guys are going at it hammer and tongs regardless, but I can tell you now, they're eventually playing for a lot more than just that.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at this bracket, trying to work out exactly how this would go. If Bly won, he would go up to 3-3, and Snute would be 2-3. That can't be right. Something must have not updated.
No. If
Snute v Bly hasn't updated yet on that one. Anyway, it's all very, very confusing. It's confusing what's coming through here. Anyway, what isn't confusing is the fact that there are lings coming across which haven't been seen yet. This Overlord, is it going to see? Is it going to see for Snute? No, it doesn't. That wasn't a stutter. That was waiting to see. But no, through come these lings. They're going to be coming basically straight at Snute right now. Snute has built a spine, so he's seen a couple more coming through. So he does know this is on its way now.
Yeah, this is and just to let you guys know, by the way, we'll talk about it more during the break. But Snute beat NMrUUG head to head. It's definitely possible that he's playing for a lot more than just a 4th place finish here. So let's find out what happens. There are 4 banelings on the way, and Snute is hightailing it back. He's going, what is going on? Canceling the natural. Knows he needs to defend, well, frankly, like his life depends on it, because it really does right now. Here come the slow lings. Quite a lot of them here. And, oh, this is going to be so difficult to hold. He's moving up the ramp. Where are the queens? Well, they're nowhere to be seen at the moment. A second spine crawler starting in the mineral line. And here we go.
In come those banelings now. They get 4 drones. They also did a lot of damage to one of those spine crawlers. More lings coming through. Snute has got the advantage in the Zergling numbers right this second, but he's lost 7 workers. That is a tragic loss.
This, by the way, guys, if anyone's watching at home and wants to know what just went down there, Bly just did something that I think a lot of Zerg players should do and don't. Yes, the first 2 banelings killed a lot of workers, but notice that the 3rd baneling detonated on 4 drones, and then notice whatever lings he had left. He knew he was about to lose them. Here come 2 more into the mineral line, and that's another 4. That's potentially game ending. That 2nd baneling, sorry, that 3rd baneling that weakened those drones, he sent the rest of his Zerglings immediately to do nothing other than shift attack those drones. Zerg players don't do that enough, and that actually earned Bly 3 additional worker kills there. So that's really important. I really want to highlight that.
The additional 2 banelings moving is going to be big. Snute going to try and go for some counter damage. He has to do a lot right now. In terms of the Zergling numbers, it's 10-5. There's no queen out yet for Bly, so it's still an opportunity for Snute, but he needs to pick off a good few more workers. I'm talking like he needs to kill about 5, I reckon, to be in a nice spot.
Yeah, he's actually turning it around quite nicely, to be perfectly honest with you, because speed's still only halfway done for Bly. Snute's got a decent number of lings still in here. The queen is going to help an awful lot. I think he should just about stave off this attack, and at the end of it, Snute's actually doing nothing but non-stop droning right now. Sure, the queen's now just popped, but he's actually back up to 18 workers versus 13 until the next round pops out from Bly.
Yeah, picking off a few workers was good. The big thing is that Snute had a queen to inject. That allowed him to have more lava to recompensate for the fact that he lost the drones earlier on. So for a moment it looked very dire for Snute, and it is still a bit rough for him. I'm not going to deny that, but
he can emerge from this ahead, Maddles.
He needs a bailing list. He needs a bailing list like right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's still possible that he emerges from this ahead, but he's not out of the woods yet, I think is the safe thing to say. He's actually going to be picking off this Overlord as well, temporarily supply blocking Bly. And he's only just started another one as well. And like you said, Maddles, we've got the baneless en route for Snute now. The natural expansion is going down, and all of a sudden it's Bly that might be thinking about defense if these follow-up lings don't do any damage.
There is, in grand total, 11 Zerglings out on the field. Snute's getting 6 out. He's also got the 2 queens blocking off that ramp. That should be okay. The natural base could take some damage, but... Oh, he's morphing in banelings. Interesting. Snute needs to be very careful not to allow these speedlings into the base. He can afford to cancel this hatch.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a dance at the moment where we now have lings joining the party as well. He's morphing in 1 or 2 more banelings, so I think Snute knows exactly what's going on. He's currently 29 to 27 supply. This game is very, very dicey at the moment. Here come 3 more Banelings. They're actually detonating one on the Queen. There's a second one. He's just chasing the Zerglings back up the ramp. He's forcing them not to be able to engage, but the Queens don't die in the meantime. He didn't get the Queen surround, and for that reason, actually, Snute's currently holding, but here comes round 2. One of the Queens goes down and just about manages to escape before the Banelings get there.
Snute producing out a couple more Speedlings. He's also got Banelings of his own now morphing in, and that's what's going to be really helpful for him. Bly, he's down. Oh, nice hit.
Yeah, that's big. Bly's not droning up. He's constantly making more Zerglings battles. This is now do or die for him, and I feel like Snute's getting increasingly comfortable here.
I think Snute is pretty much set at this stage. He's up by 4. Okay, now 7 workers. And if we look at overall his position, he doesn't have speed yet, but it's not essential. He's got, of course, that spine coming through, but his natural is up. The natural hasn't even started yet for Bly. Snute has got a big economic lead.
Yep, and basically this has to end the game somehow, but I'm not sure it can. There are only 2 Banelings left before the Lings pop in. And you know what? Snute still has 3 defensive Banelings. Not only has Bly basically gone all in by not droning up behind this and trying to get a natural expansion medals, but Snute's actually defended this beautifully as well. That has to be said. And from what looked like a really dicey position at the beginning, I think Snute's just comfortable favorite now to take this game.
Yeah, he's doing just a fantastic job. The Banelings all detonating. A couple are going to sneak on by. Damage drones, but don't kill them. It's 24 to 23 workers, but the real story is the natural base.
Yeah.
Bly doesn't have one.
Yeah, he doesn't indeed. Oh, trying to sneak another one down here, not going to happen. And Snute, unfortunately for Bly, Snute's just looking comfortable now. Bly did so well with his first attack, but maybe just continued it very, very long. He's only now just starting his natural. Snute's going to see that with his Overlord. He's going to be really happy about that. And, well, we're going to be starting on with the Roach Warren as well. Snute's just really far ahead now, dude.
Snute is a long way up, and it's all down to this natural. Even though the drone count is equal, if we look at the actual income tab, Snute just sitting there with a comfortable advantage, and that's just going to start compounding, especially when we start looking at gas. If Snute decides to take a 3rd or a 4th gas, that gives him an even bigger lead there, just because it's not something that Bly has access to right now. If you look at the oversaturation in the main base, Bly has what is 6, 7 drones not really achieving anything in the main.
He's got, an Evo chamber going down in the main right now. He's morphing a couple of defensive Banelings as well. He's basically spending more money to defend right now when really he just wants to be getting his economy up as quickly as possible. But he's been behind on workers and crucially behind a mining base for just so long now that it is going to be an uphill struggle. I think the supplies kind of tell the story here, to be honest. It's 70 versus 40 supplies. Snute is, he's just steamrolling right now. He's doing a great job of keeping the momentum up.
Yeah, and Snute going into those roaches, which I just think is just such a good decision. He knows he's ahead at this stage. He had an Overlord in position for so long, knowing how far delayed the natural base of Bly was. If you're ahead, going roaches is a very safe call.
Yeah, I think Bly, well, it's not actually the first time today where we've seen situations where he's attacked very, very aggressively, but not really gone into macroing behind it. So it feels like it's a little bit of an all-in or nothing approach from Bly here, where he's just constantly making more and more units, and that's great when the attack starts going well, but when it stops going well, it can change the tide of games, and I feel that's kind of what's happened here.
So Bly, he's trying to go for the +1 melee attack, trying to get a lot of these Lings, but no, he sees the roaches coming over. Just for anyone who wonder why he GG'd there before anything really happened, he went for just a nice little move and basically saw the roaches coming out, knew he couldn't hold it, and GG'd there.